Today we talk about a two-strike approach at the plate. Hey, what's going on, fellas? How we doing? Man, Antonelli here. Today we're going to talk about a two-strike approach at the plate. I get asked this question all the time. Have a video here of John Jay batting Red Sox versus Cubs a couple weeks ago. At this time, I haven't followed it actually in the last week or two, but at this time he had really been swinging the bat well. Here he gets 0-2, and he does a really, really good job of hitting the ball that's up and away. Nice, simple swing, line drive to left field. So what we're going to do today is hit on a couple of points, some things that I see players doing with two strikes, and just giving a couple of tips on ways to improve your ability to hit with two strikes. Two strikes, not an easy situation for hitters. You can look at all the stats. The numbers are not great with two strikes. But when you get to two strikes, there's certain players that use some of these tips to really help them battle, be a tough out. And there's also a lot of hitters that don't really use these things and have a really difficult time giving themselves a chance with two strikes. So let's go over a couple of things that I think will help you guys out. The first thing is making an adjustment, having some type of different approach when you get the two strikes. There's a lot of players that, when I watch them hit, they seem to just never make an adjustment with two strikes. They take their very same approach. Okay? What I tell players is you have to give up something to get something. Okay? So when you're up in the count, and this is what I see happen a lot, players are up in the count, they're looking for their pitch. They should be looking for their pitch. Most players look, middle to middle in, so they're looking for something there or there, right? They're looking to get that pitch, they're looking to be aggressive, and they're looking to drive that thing. Okay? Perfectly fine. But when you get the two strikes, you can't continue to have that same approach where they say, all right, I'm going to get my pitch, I'm going to get a fastball middle in here, and I'm going to drive this thing to right center. If you do that with two strikes and you get anything slow, anything away, it's going to be really, really difficult to hit, right? Two strikes, the pitcher is in command. He's going to throw you more off speed, more breaking balls, right? He's not going to give you your pitch. And so if you're just looking for, all right, I want that ball right here, and I'm going to get the bat head out on this thing and hit it hard, especially in a situation like this where you're left on left, it's going to be really, really difficult to hit. So when I say you have to give something to get something, if you want to be able to hit the ball if it's away, if you're going to be able to hit a ball like this, which is, really difficult two-strike pitch, and still be able to drive this thing to left center field, or left field, I should say, then again, you have to give something to get something. So what I mean by that is you may have to give up the pitch that's in here. You may have to give up getting your bat head out and driving this thing for a double in the gap if you want to be able to hit this ball, right? So a couple things to keep in mind. The first thing is, when you get the two strikes, it's a mentality that you have to have that you are going to battle. You are not going to give in. You are going to scrap and do whatever you can to put the ball in play and be a tough out, right? A lot of guys get the two strikes and they think, well, I'm out, right? I can't hit with two strikes. I'm not, I got no chance. Two strikes. I'm either going to get my pitch and take a big hack at it, or I'm out, and I'll get them next time, right? You have to say, I don't care what the stats say. I don't care that I have two strikes. I'm going to battle, and I'm going to put this thing in play, right? I'm going to scrap and do whatever I have to do. Now, some players and some coaches will say you got to choke up, you got to spread out, just put the ball in play. Now, if you want to make a physical adjustment, if you want to choke up a little bit, if you want to spread out a little bit, I'm not saying, I'm not going to say that I don't want you to do that. For me as a hitter, and when I talk to hitters, I don't always tell them to make a physical adjustment as far as choking up and spreading out or anything like that. But I do tell them that they need to battle, they need to protect the pit plate, they need to expand the zone a little bit. So if this is the zone right here, well, then you're going to have to expand the zone a little bit, right? If you get a ball that's borderline, you've got to let it fly. You've got to try to put the ball in play. I'd rather you put the ball in play on a ball that's maybe borderline off the plate than take a ball, strike three, sit down, and you give yourself no chance of anything good happening by not putting the ball in play. So that's the first thing, mentality, believing that you can hit with 2 strikes, being comfortable hitting with 2 strikes, and not giving in and saying, I'm going to win this battle, or at least I'm going to be a tough out, all right? The other thing that we talk to our players about, adjustment-wise, is seeing the ball a long time, seeing the ball as well as I can, as long as I can, and using the entire field, right? Thinking about having more of an approach that's back up the middle, maybe even a little bit to the opposite field. So if I'm a left-handed hitter, I'm thinking about hitting a line drive over the shortstop's head. If I'm a right-handed hitter, I'm thinking about hitting a line drive over the second baseman's head. When I think drive the ball this way, it allows me to stay on the ball. It allows me to see the ball a little bit longer and a little bit deeper. It lets me stay on a breaking ball better, right? Again, if I'm saying to myself, oh, I'm going to get this fastball middle in and I'm just going to drive a ball out of the park to right center field, I've got to get my bat head out on that, right? I've got to get things going. So if I get anything slow, anything away, I'm basically out, right? I've got no chance on that if I get a good pitch away here. But if I have the opposite approach and I say, I'm going to drive something to left center field, I'm going to see the ball a little bit longer, right? I'm going to look for something out and away, and I'm not going to be worried about trying to get my bat, try to get a ball in middle in and try to yank this thing out of the ballpark. If I think that, well, then I'm going to be able to stay on the breaking ball, and I'll have a chance if he throws me something slower. And if he throws me a ball in, I may not drive this for a home run, but I should be able to at least put the bat on the ball, and again, battle, be a tough out, and hopefully something good will happen. But now I'm giving myself a chance to put more balls in play. I'm giving myself a chance to, again, on 2 strikes, again, depending on the level you're at, if you're at a lower level, you're going to see a lot of slow stuff, and you're going to see a lot of stuff away, right? If you're in the major leagues, if you're at the pro ball level, or you play college ball at a good college level, well, then you'll start to see some fastballs in, right? They're going to keep you honest. They know that you're probably looking to drive something the other way and stay on the ball, so they're going to try to get you in here. And sometimes you got to tip your hat to the pitcher. He throws a great ball inside here. He ties you up. Hey, that's the way things go. But again, depending on your level, most people watching this are going to be at a level where guys are going to try to get you out with slow stuff away. They're going to try to throw the ball off the plate. And again, if you have an approach where you're looking more out over the plate, a little bit away, you're looking to drive a ball to left center field if you're a lefty and right center field if you're a righty, well, now you're giving yourself a chance to expand the zone. You're able to put more balls in play, and you're going to be a tougher out. You're not just going to sit there and say, nope, I need this ball right here or else I'm out, right? That's not the approach that we want to have. So hopefully some of these things make sense to you guys. I've had success as far as myself as a hitter using some of these things, talking to our hitters about doing this. I think it will help you guys out. If you have any questions, list it in the comments section below and we can discuss. Please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Share with all your friends. Also, don't forget to check out our Instagram page, Antonelli Baseball, and our Twitter feed, Antonelli9, where we're posting a bunch of instructional videos, shorter clips on there. Also, look in the description box below where I put a bunch of links to a lot of books I've been reading lately or in the past that I think you guys will really enjoy. Also, some training tools that we use with our players that I think you'll find really helpful. Check out our website, AntonelliBaseball.com, where we have information on how you guys can work with us and also on all of our teams. That's all I got, guys. Good luck to you all. I really appreciate you watching this video. Good luck with the rest of your seasons, and we will talk to you later.